What up guys, welcome back, Digital Slang. Today we're going to check out some cases for the 12 Pro Max and for the Z Fold 2. I'd like to give a shout out to Rinky. They did send these to me to review. We got a bunch of cases here, a lot of them for the 12 Pro Max and some for the Z Fold 2. So we're going to check them out. We'll go through each one and I'll show you the fit. I'll tell you about the pricing. Price varies on here. Some of these cases are around $11.99 and then jump to about $17.99. So not expensive in any way. And I have a lot of comments and I have gotten a lot of requests on the channel for clear cases. And this video will be for you guys. We're gonna have some clear cases here, some really awesome choices. A lot of choices here on the table to be exact. We're gonna start with the 12 Pro Max and then we'll jump over to the cases for the Z Fold 2. So I'm gonna put the Z Fold 2 to the side for now. We're gonna check it out. I have been using this case right here. So we're gonna start with this one. This one is for the 12 Pro Max. This is the Smoke Black Fusion case. Price on this guy is right around $11.99. It does come in two colorways. We have that one as well as the clear case here. So what's cool about this case is it is clear on the back, but as you can see on the sides and the edges, it's a smoked color, right? So it's a smoked black. It's like a shade of black all along the edges. Let me take it off. You guys can get a better look. So you got the clear back and then the smoked edges, right? It's got a little tint to it, a shade of gray or black, whatever you want to call it, but it is a little tint. And I love how this case looks. Now, it does have some flex to it, a little bit of flex to it. And overall, a hard TPU case. And the outside edges are that TPU rubber, but overall, very good quality. You're gonna have precise cutouts around your camera bump, as well as here for the mute switch. These right here on the bottom, these are for a lanyard, which is not supplied. And on the bottom, you're gonna have your cutouts for your port to charge, your speakers. And again, this thing, it's gonna protect more so for scratches and things like that. Now on here, again, precise cutouts, but it is grippy, right? It's not that slippery. You will see fingerprints on here. As you can see already, there are some fingerprints on here. But I do love the accent of the smoked colors here along the edges. I really dig that. Now you can see the back where the bumper, where the camera is, it is a raised bumper above the lenses to protect it. If you just drop your phone down that way, that raised lip will protect your camera from getting damaged. Now on the side here, these are like a metallic buttoned part of the case, but it is a button style on here. Oops, didn't want to do that. And it's like a metallic finish on there, and the same with these buttons over here. And then again, the cutout for your mute switch. And then on the bottom, you're going to have the cutouts for the ports. Overall, pretty cool case. I do like this case a lot, and that's why I chose to use this case right from the jump. Now, these cutouts on the bottom, they are precise. They are perfectly cut out, as you can see. Overall, a really good case. Now, again, we also have a clear case for that. So once we take these out. Now, inside each of these packages, I'm not going to go through it with each one, but inside each of these, you're going to have an accessories little pamphlet. And then this will tell you there is a protective film on each case, right? So you have a film on the inside and a film on the outside. And this just tells you where you go in to grab it, to remove it. So again, this case very similar to the case that I am using right now. It's just perfectly transparent and clear all the way around. It's not that smoked color like we see on the phone. So let's take this off and we're gonna go and jump into the next batch right here. Now this case right here is the Onyx design. This case here is $12.99, so this is a particular design that they have on their cases. There are a couple different options with different designs on the back, and I really like these cases. I think these are pretty dope. This is a screen print on the back, and for me, that's kind of cool because that's what I do for a living. I am a screen printer. I've been screen printing for over 20 years. So I really like this on here. And again, a couple different options, a couple different pictures and styles you can choose from for this case. And again, the TPU rubber, you can see on the inside, there is some markings. They do have their branding on the inside and some awards here as well. And on the back, you can see the screen print. And there is some stuff down here. This will help with grip when you hold it. Overall, a pretty cool case. And again, on the side, let's throw it in so you guys can see. Again, you're gonna have that precise fit on here. These metallic buttons, once again, on the sides of the case. Now let's see if we can pull this off. So this one comes off a little easier. This is a little easier to get off. It's definitely a little more flexible than the last case. And if we throw it back in, the buttons work really well. Let's put that on. So there is some travel to the buttons, and they do feel like real buttons, which I like. Even though these are part of the actual case, I do really like that. And again, you're gonna have some ports down here. This is a little more grippy though than the last case. And of course, it's a solid black case. You're not going to have any fingerprints on here, but I do really like this. This is called the graffiti case. And on the bottom, you can see the ports are perfectly cut out, those precise cutouts, and then the same camera bump on the top to protect your lens. So again, another cool case. I do like this case a lot. I actually might be changing my case now to this case. I really like that, the graffiti, and I'm all about a case that is screen printed. That's what I do. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna check these cases out now. This case right here is the Onyx case. These come in a bunch of colors. These are $10.99 flexible TPU. So let's open it up. Check out this first case. Now this color here, this is the black colorway. And this is similar, it's gonna be very similar to the graffiti case, except there's no screen print on here. It's basically the same case, just with no screen print. And that's why it's also a little cheaper. So flexible TPU rubber with the metallic buttons on the side and the precise cutouts. We'll throw it on. Again, something like this that's a little more flexible is going to be a lot easier to take off of your phone. And you can see you do have like a raised edge around the corner. All four corners have that little raised edge to it. And there's some branding over here on the side. If you guys can see that, there is some branding there. Let's try and get a good light. Rinky Onyx on the side. So very cool. They did put some branding there. It's on the inside of the case as well. The same metallic buttons, that same bumper on the back, that raised lip. And you also have a raised lip on the front. Now I am rocking a screen protector on here. And if you take a look at the top and the bottom of the actual phone and the case, you can see it's like a ramp that goes up on each end, which will give you drop protection if this lands face down. So they do think of a lot of things and a lot of ways to protect your phone. Now, of course, no fingerprints on here because of the material. And again, it's going to be very easy to take off because it's very flexible. Flexible cases are just much easier to take off. Now, we also have the same case in a navy color. So we're just gonna put that aside. We're not gonna open that up. It's the exact same case, just in a different color. Now, this is the Air S case in black. So a little different case here. This is $11.99. So we'll open this guy up. Now this is gonna be a very simple case, right? It's gonna be that TPU rubber again, but it's a matte finish on here. They're branding here on the bottom and a little different material, not as strong as the other material on here. On the back, there's a textured back to these cases. As you can see, this is much, much smoother, perfectly smooth. I do like it. Very thin, minimalistic case. I mean, it is called the Air S case. Soft feel coating, so there is a coating on the back of polyurethane, thermoplastic. You're not going to see any dot patterns on here like the other cases. Very smooth, but again, you're going to have those precise cutouts. Now these buttons on the side, these are a little different. These are not going to be that metallic style button that these other cases have. As you can see here, these are actually just part of the case. So it's going to be that silicone feeling button on it. So let's throw it in. It's going to be very slim, and you know me, I love a slim case. I really enjoy a slim case. I do not like those big thick cases, but you do have to be more careful with your phone when you are using a case like this. So you do have the precise cutouts. Now, it doesn't raise, the edges don't raise, the corners are perfectly flush and flat all the way around. So you're not going to have that extra protection like you would. Now here are some lanyard slots, so you can throw a lanyard on here. You do get the precise cutouts on the bottom here. And if you look at the top again, I do have a tempered glass screen protector on here. So you do have on the bottom and the top that slight bit where it's like a ramp, where it does give you a little extra added, I don't know, cushion, I would call it, if you drop it face down. But overall, this case here is for the minimalist. It's not going to give you much protection if you drop this phone, but it's better than not having a case on here at all. And in the back, of course, where the bumper is over the lens, you do have that added protection there. A very smooth looking case, very light case, and I do like it. If you like that minimalistic look, you're going to really like this case here. And because this is such a tight fit, it is a little more difficult to take off, but a pretty cool case nonetheless. Now these other cases, this is a clear case here. The Air iPhone 12 6.7 inch clear strap combo. This is going to come with a strap that you can connect to the case and use it to carry. You can throw it over your shoulder if you want. So it does come with an attachable strap to it that you can use, but it's just a transparent clear TPU silicone case, and the buttons on the side, very flexible, right? Very, very flexible. And the buttons on the side are part of the case. They're not the metallic buttons. Precise cutouts. You're going to have the Ringke emblem, their branding down here. You will see some fingerprints on here. Most transparent cases, you are going to see fingerprints. But if you do want a clear case and you want to show off the color of your phone here, this is going to be a good case and a good choice. Not very expensive either. The Air S is $11.99. If you want to add the one with the strap to it for extra protection for carrying it, it goes up to about $16.99. And a couple different options with here. But again, precise cutouts. This will be a little easier to take off because it is so flexible. You could just kind of peel it off. And like the other cases before it, you can see there is that little ramp on the top and the bottom. So if you drop it on its face, it will, well, it'll help a little bit. You're going to have the ports down here, the slots for this strap, and your buttons again are actually part of the case. And I do like the metallic buttons a little better, but still, even with these, they do feel pretty good. You feel the travel when you push on them, and you do have the cutout for the mute switch, and then of course the cutouts on the bottom for all of your ports. Again, very precise cutouts. And the same thing on the back, you're going to have that extra protection. It's raised up above your camera lenses. Overall, not bad. A very simple, clean looking, transparent case here, and their branding here on the back, on the bottom. I do really like that added little branding accent. I do like it. I think it looks very nice. So we're going to take this off, and we'll go in and we'll try another case. Now, these here, these are going to be the Fusion cases, the Fusion X and the Fusion Matte. So these are a little different. The Fusion X is $12.99, and the Fusion Matte, well, same price, $12.99. A little different though. This one is a clear, and this one is a black color. So we'll look at the black color first. Now this case here, this is going to be a little more heavy duty, but you can see there is a film on both sides. And then the black around with the transparent backing. Let's take off the film and take a look at this case. So again, you peel it up from the corners, and then you can get the film off. Now on the inside, you have to peel. It says peel from the top. So once we have that peeled off, you can see the transparent back with the black border all along the accent here around your camera lens, and you do have your four corner slots here. There is some branding here on the bottom that you can see, and you will see some fingerprints on the back of here as you start using it. You can see I have a little bit of fingerprint markings just from taking the plastic off already. And again, this is a little more heavy duty than the cases we looked at, but it's not going to be one of those big bulky cases. It's still pretty thin, minimalistic, but it will give you My flashlight came on. It will give you a little better protection than some of the other cases here in this lineup. And again, these outside parts here, it is still a TPU rubber, but it's definitely more sturdy than something like this or even something like this. Definitely will give you a bit more protection. Now again, these side buttons here, they are part of the case, but the travel on there is pretty good. And again, if we look at the front here, you can see you do have that those ramps that go up right here, right? In each corner, there's a ramp. So if you drop it face down, you will still get that protection. The raised back above the camera here, you can't even see the camera. And again, I am using a screen protector on here. So along the top and the bottom where those ramps are, you do have some coverage there, but the rest of it is pretty much even flat across the display because of that screen protector I am using. And you do have the cutout here for the mute switch, and then precise cutouts on the bottom for all your ports, your charging port, your speakers. So another cool case, and of course your lanyards here. You can put a lanyard on any of these things. And again, some branding here on the side, Fusion X. So I do like that they add that branding to each case. And the corners, very easy to pull off, not difficult at all. And the last case we have here for the 12 Pro Max, the Fusion Matte. This is a clear case. And very similar to the other clear cases, right? The only difference, this case here is definitely more flexible. This one is like a hard plastic here, so you can't really bend this too much. So this will give you a bit more protection than this case here. Overall, you're gonna get those fingerprints though, and it's a clear, transparent case. Now, I will take off the plastic so you guys can see this one, and we can throw it on, take a look at it, because I do get a lot of requests for transparent cases. Now what's really cool about this, see this matte finish on here? It's not transparent like the back. It's a clear case along the sides, but the back has that matte finish to it. And you know me, I love a matte finish. Let's throw this guy on and see how this looks with the Pacific Blue on the back. So I love that matte look. Doesn't it look nice? So this will help. You're not going to see fingerprints like you would on here. And again, this is a little more rigid of a case. You do have those corners, once again, that are raised. And they're raised on the front and the back. So you do get a bit more protection with this case. And of course, these buttons are all part of the actual case. And your cutouts here, very precise cutouts once again, but the back is a matte finish, still transparent, but it is a matte finish, a little different than this clear case here. But overall, just another good case. I do like this case a lot. I'm gonna use a bunch of these cases. I do like them. I'll probably switch some in and out as time goes on, but a lot of protection. But all of these cases are very minimalistic, right? Not bulky. Thin cases, very affordable cases. Now we're gonna check out some cases for the Z Fold 2. I only have 2 of them here, but we'll check them out. Now both of these cases are basically the same thing. These are slim cases. One is a clear case for the Z Fold 2, and the other one is a black case for the Z Fold 2. So we'll check out the slim case first. And it is very difficult to use a case on the Z Fold 2. Not difficult in the way where it's hard to find a case or put a case on. You just don't want to use a case because it's so much fun to use the Z Fold 2 without one. So again, inside of here, I'm going to give you a little pamphlet, 20% off accessories, and they'll tell you where to go from that. Do have a paper insert on this case here. So we'll take this out, and these are going to snap on to the Z Fold. So we'll snap these on. We'll take a look. Now they also have these strips here, and if you pull these strips off, there is going to be it's just a little adhesive. It's nothing excessive, but it's just going to help because these are snap-ons. It's just going to help with them sticking on. And it does. You can see the branding here on the bottom, And I do like that I can still see the Mystic Bronze color. It doesn't add a lot of bulk to it, so that's a good thing. Now let's put the front on. Now the front's going to go on this way, and this will snap right into place. So once we snap both sides on, you can see, if we hold it up, you can see we do have the cutouts here. This is your fingerprint sensor, your volume up and down, the precise cutouts there. On the back, of course, you're going to have that raised edge around the camera and around the lens, the little bumper there. On the front, you do have some protection on the front. You can see it is a raised edge up above the front, and it's pretty high. It does give you a bit of protection in case you drop this thing. Now once you open up the phone, you can see these two cases will fit together perfectly. Nothing will pinch. You can see the branding here on the bottom once again. So not a bad case at all. I do like the fact that it doesn't feel that bulky. It doesn't feel much bigger than the actual Fold 2 without a case. So I do like this case a lot, and I like the fact that I can still see that Mystic Bronze color on here. Now let's try and take this off, see how hard this is to get off. Very simple on that side, and on this side, a little more difficult to get off, but nothing crazy, not too bad. Now let's check out the other case here. This is going to be a slim case, but in black. Basically the same thing, just in a black colorway. And it is a matte black finish on here, which I'm very happy about. Now we'll throw this on and see how these fit. So we'll shut this, throw this on, snap it right into place. I love matte black on anything. I just think it looks really good, really sharp all the time. Now, of course, I think this would look better with the black Z Fold 2. The black on black, I think will look really good. But still, the black against the Mystic Bronze looks kind of cool, I think. So, again, on the bottom, you're going to get that branding. So you can see their branding here on the bottom. The precise cutouts on the side for your buttons. And on the back, that bumper that goes around the lens. And again, it's kind of flush with it. It's got a little more height than the actual camera lenses to give you a little bit of protection, but it's not a lot. But you do have some protection on the front display. Across the whole display, it is protected. Now again, once we open this guy up, you can see they're going to come together very nicely. They're not going to pinch anything. So the fit is very precise. It's perfect all across the board. And I actually think I like this case a lot better than the clear case. I do like the contrast between the black and the Mystic Bronze. I think it looks really sharp, to be honest with you. So I am going to leave this case on here for good. I do like how that looks. Look how sharp that looks. Really nice. So again, nice fit on here. Z Fold 2 cases from Ringke. Now these cases here are $17.99. So again, not very expensive cases here on both phones. We got the matte finish on this case here for the 12 Pro Max, and then the matte black color, the slim case for the Z Fold 2. But I do really like a lot of these cases. And again, guys, I know a lot of you have wanted me to review some transparent cases, some clear cases, a bunch of options on here for you. Now these are also MagSafe compatible as well as wireless charging compatible. And it does work. You can see I have the graffiti case on now and the MagSafe charger. And if we just place it down, it will charge. And it actually does stick to this case as well. Now we'll try a different case just so you guys can see. We'll take off the graffiti case. We'll throw this case on. And place it down again. And you can see it does charge, and if you lift it up, it still does stick. So wireless charging compatible as well as MagSafe compatible. All of Ringke's cases, good things. And again, shout out to Ringke for sending me these cases to check out and review. Lots of good stuff here. Very affordable cases. Give you that slim, minimalistic protection for your devices, because let's face it, our devices are expensive these days. You want to protect them. They are investments. Get a good case. Again, these are going to protect more for scratching, more for smaller drops from smaller distances. If you want something with a little more drop protection, you're going to need something bulkier. But slim cases, minimalistic style cases, some cases like this one will give you a little bit more protection, but overall, just some dope cases here. And again, probably my favorite is the one with the screen print on it. So we'll see. I'm going to use a bunch of these. I'll keep switching them in and out. So I'll drop all the links below, guys. Check them out. That's it. I'll be back soon with more. Hope everyone's having a good night. Peace.